My name is Duddits, I do builds and stuff, and today I've got a bit of a cross combo. We're going to be mixing some Void and some Solar. We are going to be looking at Tikis Divination paired with the Briarbinds. These gauntlets are absolutely insane, and I found a really nice setup with Tikis Divination. Loads of explosions, loads of weakening going off, and then things just go pop. Excellent for endgame stuff. Stay tuned, I'm going to break it all down. The first part of the build is the Briarbinds. Your Void Souls have a longer duration. They also gain escalating damage and durability as they defeat targets. You can retrieve your Void Souls by interacting with them, allowing them to be redeployed. So you've literally got infinite Void Souls with this, plus they escalated the extra damage as well. Just watch this. This is how to work. You put your Rift down with your Child of the Old Gods. Your Briarbinds make that Void Soul retrievable. Pick it up, and you can just keep going and keep this loop going all of the time. This brings me on to the exotic weapon, Tikis Divination. Hip firing this weapon fires multiple tracking projectiles. Targets marked by these projectiles explode upon death or when struck by another Sacred Flames arrow. It's got a catalyst. Perfectly drawn arrows that detonate Sacred Flames increase the arrow damage. Striking targets unaffected by Sacred Flame instead refreshes a casualty arrow's duration. So you hip fire and shoot, and this is it. This is really good. This is like a quick example of how good it is against tanky targets. If you've done this, GM, you know this fella is a bit of a tanky target, and it easily destroys him. The Void Souls do extra damage over time, weakening, putting a 15% debuff on there. Hip fire, and things just go pop with the Tikis Divination. And then basically what's happening, we've just got that weakening effect 15%. You can also lob a grenade, preferably a vortex grenade in the mix as well to do damage over time, and it is excellent for tanky targets and excellent for ad clearing as well. You'll see in this clip here again, one of these, so this is GM gameplay, and you'll know these enemies are pretty tanky, but once you've got everything going on, it's really, really good. And obviously then you can also stack into solar weapon surges and things like that. But a quick couple of examples of how this build really ticks. Again, I know I keep saying this, but these are very tanky targets, and you've got that Tikis Divination causing pops, getting that casualty arrows going up as well, times 2, times 3, plus your Void Souls weakening effect doing extra damage as well for you, and it's really, really strong. Things just go boom, you just get so many sort of detonations, really, really good. You'll just see yellow numbers everywhere. Now, a couple of us run this build, and it's really, really strong. We did things a lot faster with this versus Polaris Lance. I'm not trying to compare, but I'm just saying for speed, we did do this a lot quicker. And obviously, with it being a solar bow, we could take advantage of some of the seasonal artifact perks, Flint Striker and Kindling Trigger, to make yourself radiant and get loads of Scorch effects going on with the bow as well. So just getting that Scorch and the Radiant with the Void Souls and the Weakening feels rather nice. Hierarchy of Needs is another bow you can pair with this one. This one is really good too. So with this one you just put your ring down, the Guidance Ring, and you can just go ham, and it works exactly the same. Ticcus gives more detonations in my opinion, more sort of ignitions obviously, and then the Hierarchy is a bit more sort of DPS based, but they both work extremely well together. Your choice is yours, damage or ignitions, and getting that Scorch and a weakening effect on both bows feels really, really good. I'm going to show you the build now. So Child of the Old Gods is what we obviously need for the Briarbinds to work. Deploy Rift, Void Souls, drain enemies, 15% debuff. And then the other one we pair with this one is Feed the Void, Devour, defeat the target with avoidability to activate Devour, but the fragments are super important, so stay with me. Echo of Undermining, your Void Grenades weaken targets, as I mentioned, Vortex Grenade preferably, this works really nicely with this build. Echo of Persistence to make your Void buffs have increased duration, specifically Devour in this case. Echo of Harvest, these two next fragments make this build tick. Defeating a weakened target creates an Orb of Power and a Void Breach. You're consistently defeating weakened targets, and then you're going to pick these Void Breaches up or Orbs of Power to grant you Devour. Now this is super important because if you're running about trying to collect your Void Souls from the Briarbinds, you're literally getting these Void Breaches and Orbs everywhere, so you're proccing your Devour, so you are pretty safe going to pick these Void Souls back up. This is why I run them 2 fragments or the 4 fragments, just to get that Devour going all of the time. proccing that weakening effect, and you've literally got loads of weakening sort of effects going. So you've got loads and loads of void breaches, loads of orbs, so you can go safely pick your void soul back up for your Briarbinds, and you're good to go. Get that devour, get kills, and you can be pretty much unkillable as well, devour. Anyways, that's the full build. I hope you found this helpful. I'll leave everything playing out, and I'll leave a dim link in the video description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.